let's head to Columbus, Ohio, where Ohio State has yet another big visit weekend, and they have the number one offensive tackle in town, David Sanders. This is his weekend, and it'll likely be the last visit he takes before deciding. Is that how you see this playing out?
Well, we'll see if he is able to squeeze one more visit in July when we go live again. Maybe Alabama gets him on campus that week. Maybe he goes back to one of these finalists one more time in
Mhm.
July. Maybe he commits in person and then announces later. We'll see what happens with David Sanders. But I do think that Ohio State's one of the front runners here because of what they've done with guys like Paris Campbell, their track record of developing elite offensive tackles. David Sanders, as coveted as he is as a football prospect, he is also an A student. What Ohio State, being in a big city, offers to their student athletes off the field is also enticing to David Sanders and his family. I feel like he feels like he fits in around the players, the other recruits. Tavian St. Clair is going to be on his official visit this weekend. He's tearing it up at the Elite 11 finals right now, and he's flying back to Columbus to help recruit David Sanders as that franchise left tackle. So Buckeyes, Tennessee, Georgia, those are a few of the schools I've been watching the closest for a while. Clemson's in there, of course, South Carolina, Nebraska, Alabama, some of the others that he has a keen eye on. But big visit for Ohio State, third visit of the calendar year, his fourth visit overall as he attended a game last fall.
All right, and it seems like there is a two-team battle brewing, Ohio State versus USC for elite DB Dorian Brew. He's going to be at Ohio State this weekend. Who do you think leads heading into this weekend?
Yeah, that's what I think. Two-team battle, unless that official visit to Texas that he took midweek, that he's wrapping up as we speak
Mm-hmm.
right now, move the needle. I think USC leads. I just think he enjoys being around Coach Belk, Coach Deontin Lynn, Coach Lincoln Riley. Be at USC. He's a fit for that culture out there, out west, and he's excited about the trajectory of the program. But there was a time where he almost committed to Ohio State publicly. He had a decision date. He ended up pushing it back. His mom ran track at Ohio State. It's a place that he's always loved. Coach Tim Walton and this coaching staff, there's a lot of trust there. So we'll see if Ohio State can rekindle that old magic as they put together what is an elite defensive back class. They have Naeem Offord, who returns to campus this
Yep.
weekend, Devin Sanchez. Obviously, they just recently landed Fahim Delani. And then Dorian Brews, that fourth guy that they've been on since the beginning, that is versatile in the secondary, that they would love to add to those other three guys.
California running back Jordan Davison, he's kind of been hinting that a decision could be coming soon. This weekend, though, he'll be in Columbus. If a decision is coming soon, do you think Ohio State sits in a good spot?
Well, our colleague Chad Simmons just went and visited with Jordan Davison while we were out west for the Elite 11 finals. And this one looked like it was all sewed up for Ohio State for the last month. But recruiting, man, it ebbs and flows, momentum shifts and turns. He was just at Oregon this past weekend. I talked to some sources that feel good about Oregon moving up in this recruitment for Jordan Davison. I think that this is going to be a key visit for Ohio State as maybe some of that momentum for Jordan Davison is starting to slide out west. Now, that doesn't mean he still doesn't love Ohio State. He does. Carlos Lachlan, lead recruiter, major position in need for the Buckeyes this cycle with Travion Henderson and Quinshon Judkins expected to move on following the season. Ohio State, they already got two running backs committed, Bo Jackson, Isaiah West, Jordan Davison's that third guy out there. We'll see how his official visit goes, but it is not a foregone conclusion anymore that he will end up in Ohio State's class. Oregon gave him a lot to think about last weekend. Now he's back in Columbus.
All right, who else should Buckeye fans have an eye on this weekend?
Well, in-state offensive lineman Jake Cook earned an offer from the Buckeyes in camp last week. Decommitted from Louisville yesterday, taking his official visit this weekend. The on-3 RPM is lighting up for the Buckeyes. Zion Grady's another interesting one, Josh. He's an edge rusher from Alabama that visited the Buckeyes in the spring, had a great time. I would give Florida State the edge, but Tennessee moved the needle with their official visit last weekend. Auburn's in there, and certainly Miami. But Ohio State has a lot of the things he's looking for. And then let's bring it back to Naeem Offord. He's taken official visits to Alabama, Auburn, and Oregon. Been committed to Ohio State for a long time. At the On3 Elite Series, Naeem and his dad said it's going to take a lot to flip him from Ohio State because of that relationship and trust that they have with Tim Walton. But he just went and saw 3 programs that have exciting things going on. So Ohio State getting him back on the heels of that is big.
All right, Ohio State fans, let's hear from you. How do you feel about this weekend? How do you feel about David Sanders? Comment section below.